So a function is a way of performing some type of action to essentially not have to repeat the same type of code, where you can you can create an argument and then put in put in a parameter and then have assign an argument to it, so you can have the same code run on different variables or different I guess different variables, or it's a way of performing the same action, performing the same action with different different variables or
Awesome. Can you tell me what a head element is?
The head element in HTML is essentially everything you don't see on a web page. When you go to the web page, it is including things like the title that would appear on like the upper tab, and on the web page itself on like the tab. It would include different links to, like, if there are links to JavaScript or CSS, those would be included in the head element, but those are not things that you would see on the actual web page.
Great. Let's say I have code that I want to push from my local computer to GitHub. What steps in the command line would I take to do this? And you can assume that I've already pushed to this repository before, so you don't have to do any branch setup.
Okay. You would so if you made any changes to the document, you would do git add to the file or folder or folder, and then you would do git commit and leave a message with any of the changes that you've done, and then you would do git push with the name of the place that you are, or the repository that you are sending it with, and also whatever branch you're currently working on.
Awesome. What is the difference between a class and an ID in HTML and CSS? And then how do you select a class versus how do you select an ID?
Sure. A class would be a series of similar elements. So like, say if you had maybe a table, and one of the like the elements in there had to do with names, and you wanted all the names in that. You could assign all the names of people that you maybe have in the table. You could assign them the class of name, and then in CSS you could make whatever font, whatever setting you want that to apply to. You would just have to do it once in the CSC, and then it would apply to every element of that class. Versus an ID is a class you can apply to multiple things, and ID can only apply to one element. And so you would assign a specific ID to something in HTML, and in CSS you could assign whatever properties you want to it, but it would only assign to that one ID.
Okay, great. And then let's see. You didn't mention how to select a class versus how you select an ID though, with what character?
Sure. Yeah, the ID is the hashtag.
Great.
And the class is a period before the name of the class.
Great. Awesome. All right. I am going to share my screen now and ask you some questions. Let me just pull that up. Can you see this okay?
Yes, I can.
Awesome. This one's a multiple choice. What's the difference between double equals and triple equals in JavaScript?
It would be E. The double equals looks at the value, and it could be a different type. But the triple equals is a strict equality. So it has to be the same value and also the same type.
Awesome. Two questions on this one. What element has a class attribute on it?
Looks like the div class, column 3.
Awesome. And how many navigation links?
There are 2 navigation links.
Great. All right. If I pass the string block to my function 1, what outputs to the console?
Happy block.
All right. And this one is a multiple choice. If I pass the number 2 to my second function, what outputs to the console, A, B, C, D, or E?
Are you asking the function that's named second?
Yeah, see how on line 15 I'm passing the number 2 to my second function? So what would happen if
Second function, okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha, okay. Seven?
Okay, so B.
Yes, B.
All right, awesome. Okay, let's see. If you pass sum and x to your combine function, what outputs to the console?
You asked what number 8, line 8?
Yep, exactly.
18.
18? All right. Okay, I just sent you a link to Collab Edit in the Google Hangout chat. It'll prompt you for your name, but yeah, if you want to open that and let me know when you're in there.
Okay, where's the link?
It's in the Google Hangout chat.
Where is the Google Hangout chat?
So if it didn't, you can kind of hover over to the left and the toolbar on the left side shows up. And then the top one is chat. I can also send it to your email if you can't see it.
Oh, okay. Okay, so chat. When I click on the chat button, I'm not seeing it. Would you send it to my email?
Yeah, let me, I sent it again, just see if it would show up. But yeah, let me send it to your email. I just replied to the email, to the one with the Hangout link. Did that work?
Yes, it's just taking a minute to load.
Awesome.
Okay, I see it.
Great.
Okay. Do
Awesome.
you need me to share my screen?
No, you don't need to share your screen. I can see
Okay.
what you typed.
Okay.
Yeah, so if you want to do the first question, if you want to start with that, basically you're going to write a function that takes two arguments, and then you're going to return the sum of those two arguments.
Okay. Is the question asking me to put two numbers in the...
No, what you did is perfect. Yeah, so you don't need to call it, this is great. And then, yeah, if you want to move on to the second question, you can create a function for this one, or you can just create the for loop. It's up to you. But you're going to loop through each movie and then print the title of each movie.
Okay. Does it, are the titles all on one line or on multiple lines?
You can consider it either way. It shouldn't affect your code.
Okay.
Awesome. All right, and then for the last one, kind of similar to the first one, you're gonna write a function that takes two arguments, except this time an array and a number. It'll return true if the array contains the number, otherwise false. And then line 34 and 35 are examples of what it would be like to call your function.
Okay, so it's asking if the second argument, the number, is
Mm-hmm.
contained within the first argument, the array.
Correct. And just as a heads up, you have 5 minutes left for this problem.
Okay. Is this the last problem?
Yes, it is. Mhm.
Okay. All right, that's all I got.
All right, awesome. So yeah, I'm just adding everything up. All right, so you need at least a 7 out of 10 to pass, and you got an 8.3. So awesome job.
Awesome. Great.
Yeah, so you just missed a couple things. This last question, you're just missing a for loop. So I was looking for some sort of for loop here to go through each number and then say like if array of I, the reference the array here is that. So yeah, you're close, just missing that for loop. And then yeah, a couple other small things. The JavaScript one, the last one that was kind of tricky with sum and x was 38 instead of 18. But otherwise, you got everything else totally correct.
Okay, great.
Yeah, so awesome job. I will unlock the next module for you. Let me see if. Okay, and were you aware that your mentor does not teach the next module?
Yes, I was aware of that. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Yeah, so it will prompt you to pick a new mentor once I add the note in.
Okay.
So just be prepared for that. And yeah, great job. Totally rocked it. And I definitely think you're ready to move on to the next module.
Awesome. Thank you, Kinsey.
Yeah, thank you. I hope you have a great rest of your Monday.
Thanks. You too.
Take care.